every episode on Celebrity Encounters Podcast, we interview real people just like you sharing their own personal celebrity encounters. And with a little storytelling help from us and a few surprises from here in Las Vegas, this is Celebrity Encounters Podcast.
Hi there, I'm Alan.
I'm Harlan.
And we're here on Celebrity Encounter Podcast. And today we've got all the way from Chicago, Illinois.
What's going on?
It's Roger.
Roger, one of our favorite people in the whole world. Well, at least Alan's anyway.
Yeah, well.
They've got history, folks.
We got history, the serial interviewer here.
That's right. You learned all your serial stalking from Roger.
Yes.
He's been a great teacher on stealth stalking.
He has. That's how I learned how to get everything done.
I'm afraid to ask what that means, but okay.
You're going to get this done for me because you really wouldn't want to make me upset.
Oh, the Chicagoan in you is coming out.
Yeah. You want to be my friend. You don't want to piss me off.
Oh, you're scaring me. Stop it. Wait a second.
If Harlan's not here next week, there's a reason.
He's joking. Joking?
I never joke.
I totally understand that. I've dealt with Alan for, what has it been, about 7-8 years?
Oh, more than that. More than that. We did the parade for 5.
I'm still alive to tell the story.
Are you, though? Are you?
This is AI.
It's hard to tell these days. So, wait, I want to diverse just a question because I'm not a big Chicago guy. Wasn't there a mayor there that was like the mayor you did not mess with?
Oh, that was Daley.
Yeah, Mayor Daley.
Mayor
right?
Daley,
yeah.
Yes.
And was he scarier than you, or?
Oh, he was much scarier.
Oh, really?
Because during the Democratic National Convention, he got up because there was all this police and there was some riots.
Right.
And he says, police are not here to create disorder. They're here to preserve disorder. Is that the way he said it?
Yeah.
And with a death stare, right? Of like,
yes,
don't mess with my guys.
Don't mess. Yeah, he was the Windy City That Works was known because the Mayor Daley, he ran that city with an iron fist, and it worked. But I guess the reason Las Vegas is the way it is because it was put together by the mafia that came from Chicago.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's where the Vegas mafia people came from, was from Chicago?
Oh, absolutely. Go to the Mob Museum in downtown, and you'll see.
Were they run out of town by Daley? Or?
No. They sent them to make Vegas what it was because they could make a lot of money in Vegas.
This was Daley's doing or just the mafia's doing?
During the mafia's doing.
No. Just the mob from Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be done.
And it was clean money. That's why they came to the casinos. They felt that it was clean money. There wasn't drugs. There wasn't anything illicit. It was all legal in the casinos, so they could launder their money quickly.
I had no idea. And that was in the same time period where Daley was in charge of Chicago? I'll be darned. Coincidence or not?
Who was the big mobster that came out of Chicago?
Oh! He's got stories.
Tony Accardo.
Boy, that came off your lips pretty darn quick there,
Tony
Roger.
Accardo was one of the bigger ones. A lot of the youngsters were sent out to Vegas, and a couple of them kind of thought they were bigger than they were, and they got reined in by the bosses because they were obviously starting to shed light on their operation to the beds that they didn't want in the limelight. And if the name Tony Spilotro sounds familiar to you, him and his brother. I was there in Vegas at the time with the Spilotro trial. I covered that one when I was working out there. And Tony Spilotro eventually ended up out in a field in Indiana years later.
And when you say
Not
out in
by
the field,
choice, not by his own doing.
no, dang, when you
He meant in a
in
field.
a field, oh.
Yeah.
Roger, I don't know if you've heard this
Yeah.
or not, but they've been,
Yeah.
with the
So-
water going down on Lake Mead, they've been finding bodies in barrels here.
I've been very interested in following that news. Yes, definitely.
I
Yeah.
was literally down on the lake when they found the first barrel, and there were all these cop cars and Fed cars, and I'm like, what's going on? Because like if it was a drowning, you would see an ambulance. There
Sure.
was no drowning.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, uh-oh, this can't be good. And that was barrel number one.
Yeah,
Well, the water
when I was
level has
there,
come
there were
back
several
up now.
times where
Yeah.
we got calls out to the desert, and they were finding bodies out underneath boulders out there. So
Wow.
yeah, it was a fun time out there.
But we digress. As
yes,
much as I love
digress.
talking mafia
Well,
stuff.
we're actually going to talk about a celebrity encounter that Roger had with Dinah Shore.
Dinah Shore.
You know, see the USA in your Chevrolet.
Yeah,
The look
that
on
was-
your face as you were singing it was just joy. Pure
He was
joy.
waiting for that. You do know, Harlan, that he was just waiting for the opportunity to sing that.
I've been trying to get him to go to karaoke for years and he won't do it. And now he drops that one on me? Come on, man.
Start spreading the news.
Is that one of hers?
No.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
all right. He's all over the place now.
I am.
Wait,
Gotta
that-
rein me in.
That was Ethel Merman, right?
No, that was Frank Sinatra.
Spreading the news was Sinatra. Okay. He didn't like spreading the news though.
It,
Going back to the mafia.
it may have sounded like Ethel Merman.
All right, Dinah Shore. Was this in Vegas? Was this in Chicago? Where'd this happen?
Vegas, yeah. She had so many different careers through her life, and of course, late 70s, she had done several TV series, shows, kind of like the talk shows, and so she was extremely popular around the country. And she brought her show. Her career originally started as a singer, which is where she hosted one of her shows, ran one of her shows, and it was sponsored by Chevrolet, which is where Alan's little warbling came in.
That was a warbler?
And
I guess so. It was called the Dinah Shore Chevy Show.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was
And
sponsored by Chevrolet.
that's
yeah.
right. And she made that song famous.
Mm-hmm.
But here's a little known fact.
All right.
The LPGA, the ladies tournament,
Professional golf, yeah.
she started it.
Really?
She was the first sponsor,
Yeah.
and it was called the Dinah Shore Classic. So,
Did she know how to golf?
Yeah.
yeah, she was an avid golfer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
again, I'm not sure about the time frame on this, but back in those days, women weren't allowed to join the club. It had to be the husband, right? Do you know that?
I don't know, but there were a
Yeah.
lot of women golfers, but it was hush hush.
Right.
She brought it to
There
the
was
forefront. Yeah, there was no tournament.
There was no organized play for women as there was with men, and she started this tournament and tried to get it all professionalized, and eventually it turned into the Ladies Professional Golf Association, LPGA.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. If you had to guess on a year, what would you guess in the year? Like 50? Is this the 50s?
Late 50s, yeah.
So, I had the most amazing conversation with my mom recently. and she was reminiscing stuff. And she told me that this would have been like 1960s or something like that. Women weren't allowed to buy property. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, no, women weren't allowed. My dad, her husband at the time, had to sign. They couldn't, the women wouldn't co-sign type of thing. And it blows my mind. Like, that's not that long ago, you know, like, and hearing about like that there was no professional women's golfers. Like, women can do everything we can do. There's no doubt about it. And frankly, a lot of them do it better than I do. That's for sure. but like, that's amazing. So she started that golf tournament. Good for her.
She started the Dinah Shore Classic and started the LPGA association.
So her career must have been further along where she had that kind of clout to be able to do it, right? Good for her. Rock on, Dinah.
And you know that until I think it was the 70s, women couldn't get a credit card if their husbands didn't sign off on it, which was ridiculous.
It's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy talk. All right. So speaking of crazy talk, let's go back to Roger.
So
she was appearing in Vegas. She had her stage show, and it was just her. There was no opening act. She was so popular and such a strong personality. She didn't have an opening act. It was just her on stage, interacting with the audience, singing her songs, and it was just wonderful. And of course, it was. I'm trying to think if it was just after, or I think it was just after she had kind of had a relationship with Burt Reynolds.
Ooh.
And so.
Yeah, no, you got to be big to date
Can't
Burt
remember
Reynolds.
the circumstances. Well, I mean, didn't we all have a relationship with Burt Reynolds? I mean, come on.
one time or another.
Bandit.
Yeah, that's
Smoking
right.
the Bandit. I was all in on that one. I couldn't honestly tell you any other movie he was in, but Smoking the Bandit for sure. So Dinah and Burt were a thing, and go on.
That was in the 70s.
Yeah, so I ended up in her dressing room.
Oh, the stalker's back.
In the dressing room
Hey, keep it clean.
You were there
This is a family
hiding
show,
behind
you guys.
all the dresses.
She walked in, he said, surprise!
Exactly. I just want to talk. That's all I want to do.
Take anything you want.
That's right.
So you were in her dressing room.
Yeah, she was sitting on a couch. I was sitting on a chair. She was getting her makeup done. She had her people were in there getting her costumes ready, doing stuff. It was before the show. And I interviewed her for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, and then she had to finalize and get everything ready and going. So part of that interview is also amongst my SoundCloud account. You can hear part of that interview, and part of it has been transcribed in my book, The Unplanned Life, Journey of Roger Badish, that came out about 5 years ago now. 5 stars on that. So
Wait,
you can read
how many
about,
stars?
Dinah Shore, my encounter with her.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Yes, and I'm in that 5-star book.
5
You're one of the
stars
stars?
on Amazon.
And I'm a half a star.
Yeah, and it's also an audiobook version, which contains part of that interview.
Who did the
actual
voice in your audiobook?
I was able to save a lot of my tapes when we came back to Chicago from Vegas, and unfortunately, I wasn't at all of them because apparently my dad thought they were taking up too much space in his attic, so they eventually ended up, I don't know where.
Roger?
But I do have some, so.
Who did the voice for the audiobook?
Yours truly.
Ah.
It wasn't Dinah Shore?
No, I just played her audio when I introduced her. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live on our stage, Dinah Shore.
All right. So you're there in a chair. She's getting her makeup done. And what was your opening question?
Oh, gosh, I can't remember. Well, if I may. if I may. Let me see here.
Oh, he's got to look it up in his book.
I think
her-
your first question would have been like, so, Burt, huh?
No,
Nope. All right.
I didn't ask her because that would have that sometimes you just know questions not to ask.
I do not know that boundary. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm learning.
What
So,
would have been your
I'm
first
in the
question to
hotel
Dinah?
room.
What would you have
And
asked?
So how
I
long
says,
did-
when did you start coming out?
Wait, Dinah was gay? Is that what
When
you're
you
saying?
started coming out to Vegas?
Oh, okay.
And she says, well, I started coming here to perform when I was doing the Chevy shows. There again is your Chevy reference. As far back as that, we break in material. And of course, I've seen the town change tremendously. Of course, I came here to get married. So I've been coming to Vegas for good reasons. But for performing, we've been coming to Vegas since 1955 or 6.
Wow.
So that was her opening answer.
Has Dinah been married multiple times? Or do we know?
I don't know.
She was married once, I believe twice. She has one daughter and one adopted son.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I
Celebrity.
remember watching
And
her on
she's-
TV when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I loved the Dinah Shore show, and she would always sing the Chevy song, and then she'd give a big kiss and blow it. And
Oh, okay. That sounds familiar to me.
Yeah.
And was this an hour-long
yeah.
TV show, national show, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
it was a network show when networks meant something.
Was it a talk show or was it like a
It
performance?
was a
show?
variety show.
Okay.
It was a
Boy.
variety show back then. Then she quit that show after about 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years. And there was a little hiatus when she wasn't on TV anymore. But then she came back with a talk show on TV. But she would always have like variety type guests come on. It wasn't like an Oprah type of talk show where it's a controversial subject or something. She would do cooking segments on her talk show. She would have celebrities on during the talk show. She might sing a song during the talk show. And she had 2 versions of that. She had one, the first talk show, then she took a year or 2 break and then had another talk show on TV.
Was this
So
the
she was
same time
very, very
period
busy.
as Steve Allen, or was this Johnny Carson time period, if you had to guess? Because having a woman host on TV would have been a big, big deal back
Well, her
then.
variety show was back in the Steve Allen time when
Okay.
Steve was just starting the Tonight Show. Her afternoon style talk show was in the early to mid Johnny Carson time.
Because I'm story memory is coming back to me that she had hosted on Johnny Carson a couple of episodes, when he wasn't around
Right.
and would have a guest celebrity, and did so well that it became like, oh, we should think about having Dinah have her own show. And then I seem to remember like the male network executives like, you can't have a woman host the show, blah, 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 blah. But Carson came to bat for her, if I'm remembering correctly the story, and helped her get that daytime show.
Well, she was so popular. He didn't have to do much talking because the sponsors came to support the show. That's why they got Chevrolet back then. That was her main sponsor.
Yeah, it's
that
a
was
big
her only
deal.
sponsor for the variety show. And then the talk show, yeah, you're right. A talk show, midday talk show hosted by a female
Yeah.
was kind of a new territory for a lot of networks.
Oh, it was
But
groundbreaking for women everywhere. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she was a pioneer in that.
That's awesome. Golf tournament, TV show. What couldn't Dinah do? She cooked, she cleaned. She dated
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds, for goodness sake.
Yeah, she couldn't lasso him in, though.
Oh, really? Burt turned her down?
No.
I have a feeling that Dinah was like, no, you're not big enough for me. And I'm talking about ego, not other parts of the body.
Yeah, I remember watching her show, and that sang that song all the time with the Chevy. It was kind of those earwigs that went into your head and you couldn't get it out once you hear it. Earworms.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Earwigs are those other things.
Yeah, that's right.
Gets in your ear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where you don't want it to go to.
Right.
So, do you remember any other like things that she said to you that made you like go, "Wow, what a cool lady," or did she ask you out on a date or what happened?
I already knew she was a cool lady. I mean, that's the reason I wanted to go interview her, And I kind of, without wanting to do celebrity interviews when I worked in Vegas, I ended up doing celebrity interviews, including a lot of the singers, because you had, at that time in the mid to late 70s, up and down the strip in the big showrooms, you had singers, and comedians were like, maybe the opening act, possibly. You would only have your big comedians headlining. Those were the ones that would be on Ed Sullivan's show for, like Alan King for like 3 minutes.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
She was a cool lady.
And the makeup and costume, was it anything like, I don't know, showgirl like, or was it?
No, she was very elegant. She was born in Tennessee and came up with a very distinguished Southern personality, carrying herself very prim, very proper. And she conveyed that on all of her TV shows, in all of her singing presentations, and even on the stage in Vegas. There was nothing showgirly about her. The presentations were, I don't want to say low key, but she didn't need all of that glitz and glam.
That's awesome. I barely remember, quite honestly, it's before my time, but I do remember like this very wholesome looking, very like comfortable, safe, charming person.
She was like your mom.
Yeah.
And that's how it came across. And
America's mom.
Yeah, she was very likable.
Yeah.
So, and that's why she did so well, because people were drawn to her. So,
do you know her history, like how she got from Tennessee to Hollywood or anything like that?
Well, the family moved. To her mother died not when she was really young, but her mother died early, and the father, her and the father and her sister moved to Nashville, and she started to sing there, and they brought her on to be a regular guest. So while she was a regular guest on that show, network said, "Hey, she's that good. Let's give her her own show." So she not only guested on that show, but she then had her first regular show. And so that's how she got started. She eventually moved out to LA and then moved out to, I want to say, Palm Springs, which is where she was. She took time off to raise her family, to raise the kids, and then went back to TV for her talk shows and all that stuff.
Do you think it was in Palm Springs where she caught the golfing bug? Because I know they have a ton of golf courses there.
It could have been. It might have been around the same time. Sure. Golf is not something you suddenly jump into and are good at. It takes time.
I'm still trying to get good at miniature golf.
Still learning after decades. But I think she was probably a golf aficionado before then, before she moved to Palm Springs. And so probably picked it up there and had the time and the financial wherewithal to be able to put together a tournament like that.
That's pretty awesome. And when you finished your interview, do you remember how did it conclude?
I'm not sure the word. She was probably got the signal from her people that, it's time to end the interview. We got to get you ready for the stage. And I didn't know how much time I was going to have with her. It was at least a half an hour. And I said goodbye. Thank you very much. Have a great show. And I left, and she got ready and went on stage.
Did you ask her at the end of it, like, as a memento, can I take one of your dresses or something?
I think they probably already assumed that I would ask that privately off on the side, but we're not getting into that.
Because I'm having this vision of you dressed as Dinah Shore in one of her. She wore like baby blue or something like that. I seem to remember. So and I was like, Roger would look good in baby blue.
See the USA in your Chevrolet.
America's asking you to call.
Keep going, boys. That was pretty good.
That's it. Me and Alan are opening up on the Strip in another week.
Right.
We're working on the show now.
The Dinah Shore tribute show.
Right. It's going to be in the Bellagio fountain.
That's because we're all wet.
That's right.
Roger will wear that dress he stole from Dinah.
Right.
You know, you could with the mustache, you could be Burt Reynolds.
I could do a Saturday Night Live bit from Jeopardy and Burt Reynolds.
Exactly. So Burt and Dinah, here we go. In Las Vegas, another scoop by Roger. I love it.
Look at that.
This is the amount of scoops that are coming out of Roger are just unbelievable.
Well, I'll tell you, Roger, it's great having you. We appreciate you coming and doing this today for us.
I just love his story started off with my father's second wife's friend's neighbor. And I'm like, okay, where's this going?
I'm sorry.
No, dude, I love it.
A little from Dinah Shore to hot dogs. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, well.
It's like your mafia connection thing. I knew this guy named Jimmy. His next door neighbor's dog was walked by a mafia guy, Something crazy like that. Roger, thank you so much for sharing your story about Dinah Shore. We're so appreciative of it. I'm Harlan.
I'm Alan.
And this is Celebrity Encounters Podcast. Whoop-hoo!
Thanks for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed our show, please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast on all your favorite platforms. We'll see you next week with the next episode of Celebrity Encounter Podcast.